Hi, everyone. Don Giannatti, lighting-essentials.com, project52prosystem.com, which, by the way, we're enrolling for in August of 2018. So if you're seeing this prior to August of 2018, there's the link below. You can check it out. Also run dongiannetti.com. I'm a mentor coach. If you're interested in jump-starting your work, boom, give me a call. We'll see if we're a good mix for that. I want to talk a little bit about confidence. When I talk to photographers about what holds them back a lot, I'll get the answer, I'm just not confident. I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think this, I don't think that. And, you know, when you explore confidence, you try to find out, where does confidence come from and where does the chipping away of your confidence come from? One of the things that that a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm very much an introvert. I love being on stage. I can go and give a talk. I do workshops and stuff, but when I'm not doing that and I'm not shooting, I just pretty much like to be left the hell alone. Well, not really that bad, but still, I'm kind of a quiet guy. I'd prefer to sit and listen to music and read a book than to go to a party. So my shyness a little bit was a problem. One of the very first jobs I ever got, after I made the break from Phoenix, I was in LA, and one of the very first shots I ever got was to go out into the city of Lakewood, California, and ask strangers to hold a newspaper for bus advertisements. And they had to be real strangers. They had to sign a release. We gave them a $50 restaurant card or whatever. But that was that was the first job. It wasn't like a tabletop or a fashion or any of the stuff. No, it was like this thing out of left field. So I went out, and I was so nervous the first, 2 hours, I don't think I even approached somebody. And then I put my camera around my neck. This camera, actually, I believe it was this camera around my neck. And the camera offered a little bit of a buffer. It wasn't me they were saying no to. It was the camera. And I found that with the camera around my neck, my confidence increased with the people I was shooting, because now I was a persona instead of me. And that kind of carries over into a lot of the rest of our photography stuff. Nobody likes being rejected. I sure as hell never liked being rejected. Wasn't something I searched out. But you know what? When you're in business for yourself and you're a photographer or a human being on this planet, you're going to get rejected. And nobody likes it. So when you show somebody your work and they don't have anything good to say, or they, pass over it. Or I had an art director once took my book and set it down in front of him, and he went, handed it back to me, never said a word. Yeah, that was a sweet moment. We can stave off a little bit of that by making sure that we are confident in our work. I hope you're confident in your work. If you look at your work and you like your work and you get some good, competent critique of that work, and that's not your mom, it's not your best friend, it's not your significant other, it sure as hell ain't Facebook. You get some competent reaction and they tend to like it, then you can start to let some of that negativity wash off of you. And if you're being rejected, remember it's the work they're rejecting, not you. That can add to the confidence. I don't care if you don't like my sparkling water cup. I don't care if you don't like my beat up iPhone case. I don't care. And after a while, I don't care if you don't like my work. I don't. I'll find somebody else that does. Not everybody's going to like everything you do. Not everybody's going to like everything anybody does. I still tell the story of talking to someone who worked with Richard Avedon, saying, oh no, Richard sends his book out a lot and doesn't get chose for the job. So Richard Avedon, got rejected. And he's, you know, one of the greats of all time. So rejection's everywhere. You just take it, you let it roll off of you, and you move on. And the only way you can move on farther is by letting it roll off faster. Nobody knows your work better than you. Nobody knows if you're ready to do it better than you. The belief that professional photographers have got, you know, they got all this shit together, man. They just like absolutely, they're confident. They nail every shot. They get, you know, blah, blah, blah. They're, you know, some sign of super gods. No, they're not. Let me tell you. You know, professional photographers struggle with the same things you struggle with. They miss the boat. They have to go and reshoot. There's all kinds of things that happen to professionals. You, if you want to be a professional or act like a professional or be a semi-professional, you know, you can be a very good, competent professional photographer and still have another job. There's no doubt about it. No doubt at all. Lots of people are doing it, and I would say that that's not a bad way to go. You can certainly do that as long as you're professional on the weekends or in the evenings or whenever you're doing your side hustle. As long as you're professional, man, you're gonna rock. You can rock like crazy. But that confidence thing, that comes from you letting go of what other people think of you and letting them think whatever they want of your work. The camera, the buffer. Your work, the buffer. It's not your personal rejection. They might be just rejecting your images. Okay. Once you realize you can't please everybody, there are people in the I didn't please them column. There's people in the please them column. We'll focus on them. So I don't want you to let confidence be a game changer for you. I want you to really think about, why do I not feel confident? If you're genuinely I knew I could get it, genuinely not ready, you'll know. You'll have good critique, bad critique, and sometimes you have to pay for a critique, by the way. Sometimes you have to you know, go to one of the places where they have art directors and people like that who will critique your work, and sometimes you have to pay for it. But that's okay. That's important. Pay for a critique if you need to from somebody who will give you the confidence to know that what they're telling you is right on. So at least from their perspective, okay? Because you can get 3 critiques in a row. I love it. I didn't care much for it. I hate it. 3 in a row. So you can't please everybody. Don't try. I just wanted to talk a little bit about confidence. Listen, if you like the approach that I'm taking to photography here, it's a little bit different than other folks. Hit the subscribe button and subscribe. That's because if you hit the subscribe, the button for subscribe actually lets you subscribe. Now, I don't really know what that means, but I think it means when I post another brilliant video, they're all brilliant, aren't they? You'll get a little ding or a little bell or a little thingy that flies in from your window, and you'll know that I'm here. And because I'm such an attention whore, I need that drastically. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye.